guys, it's Inspirational Nails, and I was requested to actually do kind of a tutorial on how I did my nails. Okay, and this is the one that I posted for my Butterfly Delight using the Moyu plates, which you guys know I've said it countless times that I really love the Moyu plates. It kind of definitely changed my whole perspective on stamping with these plates, and I have just been able to get better and better with stamping. So definitely if you are getting into stamping and you're having a really hard time, don't give up. I think it's all about finding the right stamper and just finding the right technique, okay, for you. Everybody is different, okay? So how I'm going to show you, I'm actually going to do this one here. I'm not going to do the one with the 2 butterflies. I'm just going to do the one because I think you get to see a lot of the back image that I use, which is another stamping image that I use, which is from the artist plate. The butterflies are from the kitty plate, okay? And I'm going to actually show it to you on this practice nail, okay? Now, if you look, there is already almost like a film on it, and that is because I'm going to show you exactly what I used on my nails. So, I use the Sally Hansen, and then it's the continuous treatment. Okay, it is a hardening, and it does, if you look, it does leave like a very kind of milky film on it. Okay, so that is what you would get as your base for your nail. Okay, is just that kind of milky base on there, and I loved actually how that worked with this, you know, how this nail art came out. Okay, and then for the French that I used, okay, is this one here, and this one's from the Extreme Wear from Sally Hansen, and this is called Breezy Blue. In my last video, I did show what I used, but someone asked me to actually show how I did this, so hopefully this goes well. Okay, so again, I didn't do any, like, it does not need to be perfect. Okay, so you can go as wide as you want, okay? And this is just one coat. For me, I did 2 coats. You can leave it at 1 coat. It's really up to you. So I'm now going to go in with a second coat. Okay, now, one of the biggest key to stamping, okay, is the drying, okay? When you use your nail polishes, you really need to let them dry, okay? And this is where sometimes, you know, you get kind of like, oh, you just want to finish out your nails, you want to get it done, and when you try to stamp over it, it comes out disastrous because your nail polish did not get to dry completely. So this is where a lot of people maybe get frustrated, or maybe, you know, it doesn't come out right because you don't let your the nail polish completely dry. So it does have to dry. Sometimes, for me, I might even wait. It just depends. Maybe I might wait a couple of hours before I stamp. I might even wait till the next day before I stamp. It just depends. Okay, so I'm going to let this completely dry, and then I'll be back. Okay, so now it is not completely dry, but you're supposed to let it completely dry. But because I'm doing this tutorial, I'm going to go on to the next step, which is in order to make the drying process, you know, quicker, you want to go ahead and go over it with a fast top coat. Now I use Chez Vite to achieve that. Okay, so I'm just going to go in and pretty much just do one, only one coat, okay? And then again, you would let this completely dry, because once this completely dries, then you will be able to begin your stamping. But this has to be completely dry to the touch, because even though sometimes you think your nail polish is dry, and is dry because it seems like it's dry. And what happens is that all the layers of nail polishes is not fully dry. And when you go ahead and stamp it with an image, it will smear, okay? And it won't be pretty. So again, as I said, one of the biggest things is you need to let the nail polish dry. Okay, so I'm going to let this completely dry, and then I will be back. Okay, so now on to the fun part of this tutorial, which is the stamping. And I'm going to show you, I do have a lot of different stampers. You know, I have this one, which is the very common stamper. Okay, this is the Conad one, and you have a lot of other brands that use this type of stamper as well, especially when you get like different types of kits and so forth. This is the one you normally receive, okay, which is this small one with a really small grip on it, okay, and it does work, okay. Where I find for myself, okay, the biggest problem for me with this stamper is because of the fact that I have such C-curved nails that I really have, you know, a problem getting really into the grooves of my side grooves of my nails, okay, when I'm using the bigger images especially, okay, and I wanted to kind of really stamp the entire nail, okay. Another problem I have had is, of course, once my nails get very long, and my nails can get very long, it's harder for me to stamp the entire image onto my nail, unless I'm kind of doing it once and then doing it twice. It just, you know, and for the smaller images, like the butterflies, I kind of was having, you know, a little bit of a difficult time maybe putting them in certain places. Like really, if I wanted them to be really picky and actually put them in a certain place, I kind of just wasn't getting exactly how I wanted to place my images. And I don't know, I just wasn't, it wasn't really working for me. And what I found is, and I don't know if this is just because I'm a lefty, because I am a lefty, I don't know, but the skinnier the holder is, it just did not work for me. This did not work for me. And this is really the things that I found for myself that were really not me wanting to stamp at all. Okay. And also, you know, when it came to the plate and the nail polishes and really trying to pick up the image, you know, it really wasn't working. All of it wasn't working. And just having a lot of difficulties. Okay, so the next stampers that I'm going to talk about actually is this one here. This is also from Conad. Now, this one is much longer, okay, which has the thicker side on one, and then you have the smaller side for more smaller images, or just, you know, getting just a smaller area that you want to kind of utilize on the nail. Like per se, like if you're still using a bigger image, you can just take part of that image to go ahead and maybe stamp just the side of the, you know, side of your nail or so forth, or maybe up in the corner, whatever the case may be. This one is great, okay, but for me, it still wasn't the best. And I think again, it has a lot to do with the actual width of the actual stamper. Okay, and again, I don't know if that is because I'm a lefty or not. I really don't know. But again, this one is a great stamper. This one I got on Amazon. I do use this for stamping as well. Is it my favorite? For me, no. But it is a great stamper. The other ones I have, which are like kind of a more, these are different types of the actual what do you call it, stamper itself is kind of a different type of gel type material. I don't know, I guess it's more of a silicone, better said, and it is just different compared to the Conads, okay. And I do use these for other things, which I'm going to show in a different tutorial what I use these for, because these work well for something else, which I don't want to say what it is, but because I want to show it when I do show my video. But this one here comes from those kits that you can find in Walgreens or CVS, or you know, Target sells them, Walmart sells them, and they come in a kit that you get like 10 plates and so forth. And this one came in a Walmart kit that I got during Christmas time. And again, it has the same type of material of that silicone. Okay, and then now the one that I use the most and has become my favorite stamper is this one. This is from Monstonia, and I did get this off of eBay. Okay, and as you see, it has the thicker side and it has the more smaller side stamper. And for me, I love this side, is my favorite. This is the one I use the most. For me, because of my C curve, it works amazing. And as you see, it's very cushy. You see how cushy it is? Cushy, 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 cushy. Okay, so if you look, it really caters to really fitting the nail very well, especially if you have that C curve. I really do feel that it really does stamp that image all the way from side to side. Okay, and it's great because it's big enough that my nails can get longer, and I am able to stamp an entire image on the nail with no problem. So that's why I love this. Okay, the smaller side, I do use it for the smaller images, like for the butterflies. I use either side, really. And, you know, it just depends. If I really want to aim in a certain area, I will use a small one. If I kind of really don't care, I will use this image and just kind of use, if I pick up more than one image, then I'll just take acetone with a Q-tip, take what I don't want, and stamp the image. Okay, so the full image that I'm going to use is this one right here. This is from the Artist Collection number 2. Okay, and this one has like a swirly vine type of image, and I love it. I love, 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 love this image right here. I love these plates, period. Okay, so here is my practice nail. Okay, and as you see, I'm sorry for the glare because of the light, but it is fully dry. Okay, and I am going to go in, and what I use for this one is this one right here. Okay, I got this from Big Lots for $1, and it's this brand. Again, as I said, I don't know where they sell this brand, Manishma, but you can always Google it. I think it probably is a drugstore brand, maybe somewhere. But definitely this is not a brand that they sell in Florida, at least in the drugstores that I go to. Okay? But because it is a metallic type of polish, which is something to note when you're stamping. Metallic polishes work great for stamping. Okay? I mean, a lot of polishes do. You just really need to try them out to see what kind of technique you're wanting. You know, just because it's not so opaque doesn't mean it's not going to look gorgeous. And as you see, it's not very too opaque, but you can still see the beautiful image. It just gives a great texture when you're layering stamping, which is so much fun to do. At first, I hated just stamping, period. Forget about layering. But once you start really learning how to stamp, then you really get into layering and just having really a lot of fun with it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. And what I do is, this is just the way I do it. I kind of put it onto the edge of my image. Oops, sorry about that. And then I take my card. Okay. And I'm just going to swipe forward. Okay, there it is. I don't swipe too many times because you don't want to take away a lot of the nail polish. And there's the image. And as you see, it stamps very well. You know, it picks up the image very well. And now I'm just going to roll it onto this nail. Again, I'm sorry, I am a lefty, so I might cover the camera. Okay, and there it is. Okay, and sometimes you got to pat down the image a little bit just because it dries a little bit, so you just want to pat it down. And there it goes. And as you see, isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so now the next step is, you see you have some leftover from the image itself. Now, I do not really clean this with acetone so much. You know, I do like a one wipe clean when I'm finishing when I'm finishing completely stamping. But what I use, of course, is a lint roller. Okay, and what I do is I put up this plastic bag, you know, plastic Ziploc, just to keep it. And when I find like a clean area, I just go ahead and stamp it. Okay, you know, just press on it, and look, all clean, and it protects your stamper. And I do this even before I start stamping. I make sure I clean both sides of my stamper, wherever I'm going to, you know, whichever side I'm going to use, before I use it, just to get any like little lints or any hairs or anything like that off of the stamper. As you see, there's a little something right there, right? Look. So I just do that, and all gone. Okay, so now once you finish with this plate, of course you would clean it. The best thing to clean it is with pure acetone. So you would just come with whatever you want to clean it with and just wipe it out. You know, you can take, you know, it's better anything that is lint free in any way, like it really doesn't have cotton balls. I don't like using those because, you know, you do get some hairs and they get all over the place, and I don't know, for some reason I just don't like using it. And that's basically it. Now your plate is clean, you can put it away and move on to the next. Okay, so now for the butterflies, okay, and this is the kitty plate, okay, and as you see, there's all different types of butterflies. I'm just gonna pick one up randomly, okay, and that's exactly what I did when I did my nails. Okay, and I used this one here, and this is a specialty polish, as I said before. This one I got at a kiosk some time ago, and it works really well. Okay, so I'm just going to take some polish, and I'm just going to do this little butterfly right here. I'm going to take my card, which this is the best thing to use, is a card. I'm going to swipe it out. Okay, I'm going to take the smaller side, okay, and I'm just going to pick up the image, okay? And there is the image right there, okay, and I am going to just roll it on. And there we go. Okay, and that's really all it takes, okay? And again, it's really just practicing. Okay, now what I use to kind of give a little sparkle to it, I don't know if you could see those little sparkles with the holographicness to it, is I used this one here from Art Club, which is my favorite. So with this one here by Art Club, which is my favorite striper ever, okay, and you see all those holographics, it's just gorgeous, okay? And I'm just going to take really lightly, just a little bit, not too much. What I like to do is just go around where the blue vines kind of are, you know, into the directions of how, you know, the swirlies. And just put a little bit, not too much, because you definitely don't want to take away from that part. Okay. And you see how that just sparkles, but you definitely still see the background image. And that's it, just a little bit, just to give that touch, okay? And now, the last thing when it comes to nail art is I use these rhinestone crystals, and these are really pretty because it has that AB iridescent, you know, you have the reflections of blue, you have green, you have pink, I mean, you pick up purple, you pick up so many different colors, and that's kind of what I wanted. And what I did was I'm just going to put one in the middle. I didn't do that on all the butterflies like this one. I just put it on this one here and just randomly. Like I didn't even put it on the one that there's only one butterfly. Okay, but for this I am going to take one of these. Okay. Oop. Okay. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to go over it with this one here from Broadway. And I did that on my own nails. I used this one due to the fact that, you know, it does have a blue tint, which it really doesn't matter, but it doesn't do any kind of difference, okay, by it having a blue tint. But I'm going to go ahead and put this all over the image, all over my nail here. And, you know, one thing to note is that you do want to let the image dry so that it doesn't bleed. This is a specialty nail polish when I did the butterfly, so it really shouldn't. But, you know, usually when you use random nail polishes that, you know, are not specialty nail polishes, like a Conad or like that one there, it's not a Conad brand, but it's a specialty polish for stamping. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick up a rhinestone and just put it where I want it before the top coat dries. And that's it. It's all done. So I'm just going to get really close here. Hopefully it focuses. Come on. And there we go. So I know this video was long. I'm sorry. I do hope you like this tutorial. And I do hope you like some of the tips. I mean, there's so many YouTube videos, so many great ladies that do so many different stamping and show how they use their technique. And, you know, I just wanted to kind of show you what I used, kind of what I see is good and bad about stamping. So until next one, bye guys!